Finally, let's review relationship of Newton's second law in momentum. We know that Newton's second law atuambia rate of change of momentum is direct proportional to force. Rate of change of momentum. Lakini do we know that tunavyoongelea momentum, okay, it's either kuwe na mass constant, then there are changes in velocity, au kuwe na velocity constant, there are changes in mass, that we have initial mass, final mass. So we are going to look Newton's law in the other perspective. Hii tumeshafanya sana, tunafanya hii hapa sasa. Newton's laws, momentum that involves changes in mass, okay, that involves changes in mass. So how does this be? It is in such a way that there is velocity dm dt, that mass is changing with time. Automatically the momentum will change with time, so momentum has also changed, though this time the velocity is constant, mass is changing. So kwa mfano, sand drops vertically at a rate of 100 grams per second on horizontal belt, a conveyor belt, moving steady velocity of 5 centimeters per second. What is the force required to keep the belt? So the force required here is actually equal to the force that is added to the belt. So you use this formula. We have constant velocity and rate of change of mass, so we can get the force required to keep it in motion. Also, a hooper drops gravel onto a conveyor belt at a rate of 75 kilograms per second. If the belt moves at constant speed v 2.20 meters per second, what force is needed to keep the conveyor belt moving? Okay, so it's just the same. It's just the same. That the force is equal to v dm dt. So we just put the rate of change is then varying mass. So moment changes the momentum due to variation of mass. This is what I wanted simply review. So kuna applications za muhimu mbili. Kuna hose pipe na jets. Sawa, jets zile rockets. Sasa hii inavyokuwa ni kwamba hose pipe ni ule mpira wa kuzimia moto. Sawa, wale jamaa wazima moto, ule mpira unaoshika kuzima moto ule ndio tunaita hose pipe. Sawa, sasa ule huwa unatoa maji. Tunaweza tukaderive force with which haya maji yanatoka. Sawa, yana hit moto au ukuta au chochote. So we can assume kwamba distance kutoka hose pipe inapotoka mpaka the wall, kama ina point kwenye wall, ni distance L, na area ambayo inatokea ni A. So to a fair approximation, if we assume that each kinachotoka hapa ni in form of a cylinder. Sawa, hapa nimechora kwamba ina spread, lakini in real sense, to a close approximation, we can assume kwamba ni almost a cylinder. Sawa, this part here is almost a cylinder. Nimechora tu hapo, lakini to a close approximation, it's almost a cylinder, equal in that way. So according to the formula, we know F is equal to V times rate of change of mass, but we know mass is standard density times volume. So if density is a constant quantity, okay, then changes in mass will be due to changes in volume ya maji yanayotoka. And since volume, this is a cylinder, tumesema is given by pi r squared L, but remember pi r squared ndo area cross section, okay, ndo area cross section. And again, if this is a constant, then finally the mass will be as a result of change of this distance L here. So the rate of change of this distance L, because if it changes the volume, changes the mass. So finally, actually what is changing is the LDT. So finally, force is equal to density times velocity, not volume, velocity. Ndio maana nimedifferentiate, nimeandika volume kabisa, times area, which is the cross sectional area, dLdt. But remember, dLdt, rate of change of displacement, is the velocity. So finally we have velocity and we have another velocity here, so v and v becomes v square. So this is the formula for hose pipe. F is equal to density v square times area. The questions are very easy, very easy. Kwa mfano ndo nakuta swali kama hili, jet water emerges from a hose pipe of cross sectional area, velocity. They are very straight answers. Strikes a wall at right angle, assuming the water does not rebound. The water is brought to rest, it does not rebound. So otherwise ki rebound ni case nyingine complicated out of our scope. Calculate the force on the wall. Then you can just put in the density of water, the velocity squared with which the water is leaving, and the cross-sectional area. So we have our final application, jet engine. So suppose we have a jet, okay, a rocket is about to take off ipo kwenye ground. So at time t is equal to 0, the mass of the rocket ni sawa na mass ya rocket yenyewe kama yenyewe tu plus mass ya fuel, mafuta ambayo yako ndani. Sawa? And since it is at rest, v initial ni sawa na u, so which is 0, it is at rest. But ikiwa imeshapaa katika urefu fulani, ime take off from the ground, kuna gases huwa zinatoka. Sasa rocket inapofanya kazi ni kwamba zile gases zikiburn zinatoka huku, zinaipush reaction, umeona, zinatoka huku zina provide reaction ambayo inaipropel rocket inaenda juu zaidi. So time t is equal to t, mass at time t ya rocket ni sawa na initial mass which was there minus change in mass kidogo ambayo imepotea kulingana na fuel fulani kwa burnt. Kwa mf imepungua, so minus change in m. Change in m ndo mass ya fuel ambayo imekuwa burnt. Again velocity at time t ni sawa na initial, kwa sababu ikibani maana yake velocity increase, ndio ndo kazi hiyo velocity ya kubani hizo gases. Kwa utakuwa na increase ya velocity fulani, change in v. Okay, but since the initial velocity was 0, then hapa itabaki change in v peke yake. Okay, so this is for rocket. For gases themselves, the gases they will be having mass of change in m. Change in m ndo hizo gases zitakuwa zinatoka kwa sababu ndo zenyewe zinakuwa burnt. Sawa? So velocity of those gases at time t ni sawa na initial minus velocity ya hizo gases, kwa sababu inaenda in opposite direction. Sawa? After all initial was 0. Sasa kwa vile zinakuja in opposite direction, zinakuwa assigned negative vg relatively. So tuna hizi conditions zote, I hope mmenielewa. So tukija kwenye principle conservation of momentum, final momentum is equal to initial momentum. Therefore final momentum, initial momentum kwanza ilikuwa 0 because it was at rest. So ilikuwa 0. Final momentum tuna rocket na ya gas. Ya rocket tunajua ni m0 minus change in m ndo mass ya rocket iliyobaki times change in v. So ndo velocity mpya ambayo ime-increase yani ya rocket kutoka rest. Then we have plus momentum due to the gases. We have mass of the gases burnt ni change in m times velocity of the gas which is negative vg. So times the velocity of gas which is negative vg. So eventually we have this negative is due to the velocity, relative velocity ambayo ilikuwa hapo compared to the initial, and this negative is because the momentum will be in opposite direction to that of the rocket, so eventually it becomes positive. So if we take it the other side, inarudi kuwa negative tena. So if we solve the question here, we will get m0, okay, times change in v is what we have got here, m0 and change in v minus change in m, change in v, change in m, change in v is equal, I said we take that the other side, so it's that way. However, we ignore this because these are very small numbers. A small number times a small number, you get an even small number, so it's approximately equal to 0. You can ignore that, so we remain with this. So we can see here, we can see that if we decide because we want to calculate the change in the velocity with respect to masses, because we are dealing with changes in masses now. So if we make change in v or dv, the subject, is equal to change in m divided by m naught, ambao ni dm divided by m naught times vg. If we integrate dv with the limits of v naught to v, inabaki integrate dv, amake hapa ni v power 0, inakuwa plus 1 divided by 1 plus 0, kwa inakuwa ni v. So tukiingizia v naught paka v inakuwa v minus v naught. Hii ni integration tu, calculus kwenye BAM mtasoma, na kama watu wa pure watakuwa wananielewa. Okay, nothing to worry. Ukiintegrate 1 over m naught with respect to m, inakuwa ln, sawa, ln ya m, sawa, ln ya m, sababu log base to e inakuwa ni ln from the limits of m naught paka m value after time t. So tukiingizia hapa inakuwa ni minus ndani inakuwa ln ya m minus ln ya m naught, okay, minus vg outside. So ukiingiza vg ndani inakuwa minus vg ln ya m plus vg ln ya m naught. So finally from the laws of logarithm ni sawa na you remove vg outside na ln plus zinakuwa minus zinakuwa sawa na division. So eventually if we take v naught to the other side, inakuwa v ni sawa na v naught plus vg ln ya m naught over m, ln ya m naught over m, ln ya m naught over m. Kwa tunapata equation kama hiyo. So we should ask ourselves, what if v naught is equal to 0? What if v naught is equal to 0? When v naught is equal to 0, this will cancel. So we finally have v is equal to vg ln ya m naught over m if it is starting from rest. What happens if the mass is the one which is 0? Okay, what happens when the mass itself inakuwa 0? What happens? Logically it means at that instant all the fuel has been used. Okay, if this is 0, you can see that this is infinity, so it's undefined. It's undefined. However, kuna kitu kinaitwa burnt out speed. Burnt out speed, this is a state whereby only the mass of the rocket has remained, so all the fuel has gone. So eventually the formula of burnt out speed inakuwa ni sawa na vg ln ya initial mass over mass of rocket alone, sawa, container likiwa tupu, sawa, kwa sababu mafuta yote yameondoka, imebaki tu weight ya container hiyo ambayo haiwezi kuondoka, sawa. So that is what we call burnt out speed. Kwa tukisoma mifano, si mifano ambayo ni migumu sana. Cha muhimu ni kukumbuka Newton's laws zinaingiaje hapa na conservation na vitu kama hivyo. Kwa mfano, we have an 8000 kilograms rocket which is set for vertical firing. We have a rocket set for vertical firing. So we know always the problem will be the weight, will always be opposing. If the exhaust speed, na hiyo ndo tatizo wengi wetu tunakosea hapa. After knowing that okay, it's this alone, then we forget about the weight. Okay, we forget about the weight. Unapoongelea Newton's law, lazima uongelee forces zote zinazoact. Sawa? If the exhaust speed is 800 meters per second, how much gas must be ejected per second to supply the thrust needed? Okay? How much gas must be ejected per second to supply the thrust needed? 1 to overcome the weight of the rocket, second to give a rocket an initial upward acceleration of 19%. So to overcome the weight, it means the limit is the weight, so the thrust should be equal to the weight. Kwa tuna equate sababu weight downwards, thrust inaenda juu. So just to overcome the weight means at the point where they are equal, the limit, you want to find the limit. V dm dt, when you calculate the change dm dt, unapata value 98 kilograms per second. So to give it an acceleration, tunarudi kwenye Newton's law kwamba kinacho give acceleration ni net force. Net force tunaipata kulingana na resultant ya kwenye action ya body fulani. Resultant hapo ni thrust v dm dt minus mg, kwa sababu mg ina oppose eventually, kwa sababu it must eventually move upwards, so this must be bigger minus here. So because mg minus it means it is moving downwards, which is not okay. So from there tunapata ni 294 kilograms per second. So remember the weight, always consider it. So these are just simple examples you can see. Hili swali lipo kwenye review, ndio maana nasisitiza kila siku pitia review ndo mambo kama haya. The total supposed that of fuel are consumed during a burn lasting 1.5 times 10 power 2 seconds, and given that there is a constant force of rocket of 3.4 times 10 power 7 during this burn. Calculate VR and increase in speed resulting from the burn if m is 2.8 times 10 power 6 kilograms. So we know that F is equal to VR dm dt. So we can find VR if a constant force given by the rocket is 3.4 times 10 power 7. We have dm dt because we have the mass and the time. The mass is that was burnt 2.1 per this amount of seconds. Then we have the constant force that was used, so we can just find this value, tuna divide hapa tunapata VR. Okay, tunapata VR. Increase in speed, tunarudi kwenye hii formula hapa. This was the increase in speed. It means it's the change in speed, final minus the initial. Okay, v minus v naught. So we can see from here that v minus v naught ni sawa na VR ln ya m naught over m. So we know that the increase in speed ni sawa na VR ln ya m naught over m. So ya VR ambayo tulicalculate, m naught is the initial mass that was there before the burn. M naught ambayo tumeambiwa ni 2.8 times 10 power 6 kilograms. M, remember. M sio amount ya mass ambayo imekuwa consumed. M ni amount ya mass ambayo imeremain. Sasa kama initial ilikuwa ni hapa na iliyokuwa consumed ni hapa, imeremain kiasi gani? Sitakuwa 2.8 times 10 power 6 minus 2.1 times 10 power 6. Kwa usije ukajichanganya ukaweka hii hapa. Hii ni amount ambayo is consumed. Hapa ni amount ambayo ni remained. Okay, you can remember this properly kwamba amount imetoka from m naught imereduce paka m at time t. Kwa maana yake unachukua 2.8 times 10 power 6 minus 2.1 times 10 power 6, ambao utakuja kupata hapo ni 0.9 times 10 power 6, 0.7 times 10 power 6. Okay, so hii inakuwa ni 2.8 minus 2.1 times 10 power 6. So usijichanganye ukatumia hii ambayo iko burnt. Hii ni amount ambayo imebaki. So ukiweka that one, then you get the increase in speed. What is the initial acceleration? Just remember F minus mg is equal to mass times acceleration. Okay, F times mg is equal to mass times acceleration. This is the force the rocket is exerting. Mg is the weight. Umepewa initial mass ya rocket ni hiyo hapo, so times g na pata the weight, then so of the mass you can find the acceleration. So inakuwa solved kwa misingi hiyo, kwa namna hiyo, sawa. So our target is NECTA. We have so much work to do. Kama unavyoona hii topic ina mambo mengi ambayo usipofanya mazoezi. Mechanics sio topic ambayo unaweza ukaichukulia easy. Sawa, lazima ufanye maswali. Sawa. So from here make sure you pass all related questions and solve as many questions as you can kwenye Nelson Rogers Mancaster. Hivi ni vitabu muhimu sana kwenye mechanics. Sawa. Nelson Rogers Mancaster. Piga review maswali. Yes, Chandi kama kawaida. So Nelson Rogers koma sana maswali ya mechanics kwenye vitabu viwili. Okay? Vitabu viwili vikoma sana, na kwenye review kisha unapitia maswali yote kama ilivyo sheria yetu. Na finally upata muda pitia na Chandi. Lakini muhimu sana kwenye Chandi, mechanics ni kiini cha physics jamani. Mechanics ndio shule nzima ipo hapa. Sawa? Kwa hiyo kuna maelezo mengi, concept nyingi na kila kitu. Kwa nenda kwenye Chandi, mwisho kabisa kuna vitu vinaitwa conceptual questions. Conceptual questions. Nalia tena na nasisitiza kwamba conceptual questions ni muhimu sana. Kwa hakikisha unaenda kupitia conceptual questions na short answer questions. Ndio maswali ya kuexplain wanaouliza ya kudefine na vitu kama hivyo. Pitia ma definition ambayo yapo na application definitions ni kama kuna ambazo nimeacha. Sawa? Na applications, kwa mfano nimekuandikia hizi page. Kuna applications za inertia kwenye hii page Chandi, kuna applications za linear momentum, na hii kuna applications za third law, na hii kuna applications za conservation of momentum. Hii mifano ni muhimu sana sababu anatumia hii mifano kuuliza au explain. Kwa mfano kwa nini mtu akitembea na move, gari likianza kumove fast anaanguka backwards, na mifano mingine iko mingi. Visit other books and solve more questions and examples. Contribution to NECTA, hii ni paper 1 section A. Huwa ni uwanja wa mechanics, yani mechanics inatawala pale. Maswali mangapi? Mechanics inakuwa na maswali yake pale kama 6 hivi. Unachagua tu manne. Na itategemea watakavyoamua kuyaweka, lakini swali lolote ambalo litatoka section A ni max 10. Kwa hiyo akiweka maswali mawili kutoka hii topic utakuta max 20. Akiweka matatu max 30. Akiweka moja max 10. So just remember, swali lolote ambalo ina involve vitu ni max 10. So make sure unapitia na unafanya mazoezi ya kutosha. Sawa? Topics za mechanics zinahitaji mazoezi ya kutosha. Otherwise, I wish you all the best. Thank you for your attention.